after either Japan, I worked for sandwiches, Mexican restaurants, and then after we got our green cards and we were able to start a business, we started, our own business. We failed like 10 times. Obviously, we start cleaning companies, we start many other different, and we failed very bad. And my credit score was, I think my cholesterol was better than my credit score. So it was.
Your cholesterol, I hope, wasn't over 200. So that is a pretty weak credit score. Welcome to Motivational Monday, conversations with me, David Ibarra, and my special guest today is Alphonso Brito from Santo Taco.
Así es, from Santo Taco. Thank you.
Now, I appreciate you being on our program, and I can't wait to talk about my favorite food.
Oh, my gosh, me too.
Well, first of all, for those who know me, and they know the building that I have here, the Ibarra Business Center, I wanted to share with you, did you know what the original name of our building was?
Of course, I know exactly. It shows Brito and Ibarra. And,
hey, no. Don't put your name first. It was Ibarra Brito Center.
Exactly. Ibarra Brito Center. And I was walking, on the street, and I saw the big sign, beautiful sign, all like a gold letters and a beautiful sign. And I said, what? It's my last name. And I took a picture, selfie and sent to my mom. It's, what I'm doing in
I'm doing
Utah.
great.
I'm doing amazing.
Well,
so it was a great experience. That was the first time I saw your sign out. And then I started learning more about all the great things that you're doing. And, now I'm sitting here with you. Thank you very much.
I absolutely love it. Now, since we bring up the Ibarra Brito Center, I got to take a minute and explain. My dear friend, Henry Brito, we started this 25 years ago, and we were partners, we were friends, we were brothers, and he got sick and couldn't continue, and then he passed away. And so the reason that we switched is that we thought that we should go on, and then some. But we wanted to keep it. IBG was the name of our company by then, and so somebody just said, "Well, it'd be the Ibarra Business Center." And but I'll tell you what, I loved Henry Brito, and what he brought to our group was fantastic.
It was, well, now you have.
So I'm glad to meet his cousin.
Yes.
Well, tell me your story. I want to start from the beginning of where you were born. Tell us a little bit about your history of growing up.
Yeah, sure.
And what brought you to Utah?
Yes. I was born in Mexico, in Veracruz, Córdoba, Veracruz. It's southeast from Mexico City, 5 hours from Mexico City, very close to the coast of Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico. And I live in Veracruz until the age of 29. Then things were a little hard. My dad passed away when I was 17 years old, and those years were tough for me, for my family, and I just said I need to find, a way to provide better, and I moved to America, and that happens 26 years ago. And when I moved to America.
You went right to Utah?
Yeah, right to Utah.
Wow.
Okay. Right to Utah, right to here in Salt Lake City.
Wow, okay.
First night in America was right here in the avenues, a few blocks from here, from your office. And first time I ever see the snow, so I grab it in my hand and say, what amazing this is, First time I ever see the snow.
Now, did you eat any of that snow?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah,
everybody does.
Take some bite.
And then... So I had 2 jobs. I worked for the Mexican Consulate for 6 years. It was a very good path for me to get all my legal status and and then get the green card, and then I become a U.S. citizen. Very, very proud to that happen. And it has been obviously helping me a lot, me and my family. And so from the beginning, we always have that spirit of entrepreneurship. But obviously, first we had to provide our families, and I worked for the Mexican Consulate, but always in the restaurant as a part-time. So
Now, what did you do in the restaurants? What restaurants were you working at?
you
when
remember
first came?
CCMI Mall right here?
Oh, yeah,
two
yeah.
blocks
All
from
right.
here. I
Yeah.
started there with Randy Storms. He used to own Ido Japan, which was a Japanese restaurant. That's where I got my broken English, because the person who was in charge is a Vietnamese guy, and he taught me the first classes, my first English classes, and then 6 months later, when I started working at Ido Japan, I was promoted to a manager, and I learned that I was the manager because Randy told me you're gonna make $600 every 2 weeks, something like that. I can remember. I said, "Oh, that is too much money." So I'm pretty sure I'm the new manager. Robert, no more. They said you are the manager, and then I became the manager. Continue working for the Mexican Consulate, and after Ido Japan, I started moving from restaurants. From after Ido Japan, the restaurant was sold, and I decided to change path to another restaurant.
About what year was that?
I will say from 2000 to 2006.
So you arrived here around 1999, 2000. Okay,
Yeah, it was in 2000. And then, so it's 25 years, around 25 years that I've been. And then after Ido Japan, I worked for sandwiches, Mexican restaurants, and then after we got our green cards and we were able to start a business, we started, our own business. We failed like 10 times. Obviously, we started cleaning companies. We started many other different, and we failed very bad. And my credit score was, I think my cholesterol was better than my credit score. So it was.
Your cholesterol, I hope, wasn't over 200. So that is a pretty weak credit score.
Anyway, so it was bad. It was bad. I was working with because you don't know business.
Sure.
You just the resources that you think the best thing, and I wasn't really having any kind of business education at the time, and I never insured anything. One time, my cleaning company, I never bought insurance, and one of my employees at that time, the only employee that I had, stole everything from me. No insurance, so all my credit cards were top, and so it was very bad time. But you learn, you learn about your mistakes.
So
experience.
As Napoleon Hill, and we talked about that a little bit earlier, I asked you if you had ever read the book,
Yes.
Think and Grow Rich. Now, in it talks about the greatest gifts you can get in life is overcoming an adversity, because you gain knowledge.
Yeah.
You gain knowledge every time, and it never can be taken away from you. And something like that, the solution gets burned into your soul to not do that again.
At what age do you wish you had unlocked the principles that lead to success? Where do you think you'd be today if you had learned them as a child? Yes, Our Kids Can is a program developed at Harvard and tested in San Antonio's school systems, designed to give children of all backgrounds the opportunity to plant the seeds for future success, using learning techniques they understand and enjoy. Through engaging animated stories, fun sing-along songs, and interactive games, Yes, Our Kids Can teaches your child the empowering, success-driven principles needed to reach their full potential. Don't miss this opportunity to give your children the future they deserve. Yes, Our Kids Can is available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play. Sign up today and help make your child's dreams a reality.
The power of I gotta make it again, and I wanna do it right. Because the most difficult part was coming to America, and it was done. Now I gotta make it here. I gotta learn English first thing. I need to, because I feel so bad when somebody tried to tell me something I didn't understood, and they say I gotta speak English. I gotta learn the language, and I changed everything in my life. I swapped everything from Spanish to English. I listen radio, watch TV, everything I swapped to English. So.
Were you married when you came, or single?
Yeah, I was married. My wife was with me, And she come.
Did she agree to speak only English,
Yeah,
or only
when
when she wasn't mad at you?
When they was swearing, she knows very well. You can hear her when she's mad. Those the Spanish words amazing. Even my children, they know how to they when they are upset. But it's amazing how our family, my two of my children born in Mexico, two more here in America. Most of them, they speak English when they're talking to each other, but when they talk to us, they speak in Spanish. So they really keep both languages.
Perfect.
And then one day we were able to start one business that it really hits really well. I was working in so we moved to South Dakota I got a manager offer at Quest. You remember Quest?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, I worked for them for 4 years, and I got promoted as a manager. So they sent me to South Dakota over there, And then the company got merged with CenturyLink, so they rid of a manager. So I was one of them. Come back to Utah, and my wife and me decided let's go start now it's time to start another business. And so we started selling cell phones, but we start from nothing, zero, nada. And I used to go to the Swami to buy those phones. In the Swamis they have this, the $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I grab a few. I clean very well. I learned how to fix them. We bought it for $5. We sell it for $20, and we activate it. We make some money, and we started away. One day, this guy, a Korean guy that spoke perfect Spanish, I don't know if he learned. Chris is his name from, and he commented, "Hey, Jefe, my little store in the Rancho Markets, it was packed, because we were doing pretty good service to her. But the first customer I had, they paid me with a $50 bill." And I wasn't able to even give the change. I don't have any money, so we went to the cashier and they said, "Can you break it down? So we need to give some money back. Some change." And it's how we started there.
Right.
And then there's Chris from Metro PCS. You remember this brand? Right. And he said, "Do you like to start a store, Metro PCS store?" And I said, "Yes." "Well, come tomorrow." And it sticks with me what he says. And next day in the meeting, I was very reluctant because, as somebody that shows up and offer you to open a store, a cell phone store, and I really wasn't trusting him too much. I was just a little,
hesitant.
Yeah, exactly, hesitant. And he said, "Hey, I need you to find 5 places to start 5 cell phone stores." And I said, "No, I think 5 is too much. I'm going to start 1, and later we see and we open more." And he told me, "Later it is too late." 3 months later, I have 5 stores. So it's amazing because,
And did that work?
It worked very well.
Was the relationship good?
Really well. It's really what happened when we really started making,
How come you moved out of that? Did you sell it?
We sell it. Because
good.
I want to tell you now we have restaurants. So we always, as I told you, we always work in the restaurant business. I come in from a family that owns a restaurant, so the gastronomy always been in my DNA.
Right.
So always we want to put a restaurant, but it's very expensive.
Sure.
And it's a big investment to put a restaurant. So because we started the cell phone and they start picking out really well, 4 years later we have around 20 stores in 4 different states: Utah, Colorado, Idaho, and...
Now these are your stores?
My stores, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we grow really fast, very, very well. Yeah. We're doing pretty good. Then the business changed a little bit because T-Mobile grabbed all this. And so we started doing a lot of marketing, and the idea was to put a taco cart outside of one of the stores.
Right.
So they say, "Come grab a free tacos," and we just, as a marketing tool, and we grab the customers outside eating free tacos, bring it over, check the cell phones. So fast forward, then had to put it in a trailer because we had to move it, and the thing was doing so well. And we said, why we don't sell the tacos? It's kind of expensive to give it away. And then we had a line outside, and the people love the tacos, so we put it in a trailer, then a food truck, and then we opened the first Santo Taco, in Rose Park.
So what did you name the first taco? A wagon or
we started like as a Fuego Mexican Grill. It was the very first name that comes to our mind, Fuego. And we leave the company under the name of Fuego Mexican Grill, which owned Santo Taco at that time.
Right.
We changed the entity name because my children.
Mm-hmm.
And but then one day we are in Utah, and Santo Taco. We just say Santo Taco. Santo Taco is so sticky. Everybody love it. And
so Santo came from just because it rhymed?
Yeah, just rhymed. Well, no, because really my wife said when you say Santo in Mexico, it's when you say Santa Torta. It means that it's big, it's good, or Santo Trancazo, no? Or Santo lo que sea. Siempre it means big, good. Perfect. Besides the religious part, but it's very common. You use Santo in your regular language in Mexico all the time, and we said this is sticky. We try with our American friends. What do you think about the name? And they love it. And at that time we have a marketing manager, Sam. And he said, no, the name is perfect. And he started working with the name and start building the brand. And
so you went from a food truck.
Yes, from a taco cart.
Taco cart.
Trailer. And then food truck. And then
a
brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar.
Yes.
Where was your first brick and mortar store?
Rose Park. Amazing community.
How many years ago was that?
That was in 2014.
2014.
Yeah. Well, from the first time when we had the taco cart.
You've been in business then in Santos Tacos for what, 11, 12, 13?
Maybe 11 years, 10 years, and now Monarca, right?
Mm-hmm.
Santo Taco went from, taco cart to be in Food Network with Guy Fieri, the Triple D. And that program, that TV show that is a national network.
Can you tell me about that? How did you get on that? Somebody told me that you were on this television show where there was it who had the best tacos? Who was it, the best chef? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, and I thought it was a scam because I received an email. This is people just send emails or text or just. You name it, they put. I think Santo Taco should be in your show. So probably a few people send emails and they give them the idea to call us. And I received an email that said Food Network and all this communication. I was driving, and I saw one of those things that sometimes you just say I'm gonna delete it and they say this is a scam.
Yes.
Something in my heart told me just keep it, and I just keep it. Send it to Sam, and Sam told me next day this is real. You're going to be in the show. And I said, oh, wow, really? I was about to delete it, send it to the trash. And no, this is real. And then the regular process, go through interviews and all these back and forth. And they see, because, they choose you, but also you need to go through the selection process. They choose 3. And
so then you have a battle of 3.
Then with 3, and then was me. And then, we had to close the restaurant and do all the shooting, which is amazing.
Great. So they just featured your restaurant.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
It was great with Guy Fieri, which is very well known in the gastronomy industry, national TV show. And after that, he put us in the radar. So a lot of people start coming in the restaurant and give us a lot of kudos. And there you go. We were able to open more and more. Because I was coming from a different business, my idea was to open more, the growing process. Again, is how you learn. But then I realized that restaurant business is different than retail. It's not the same business. It's more, you need to be more cautious of how you grow in the restaurant business.
So you go from one brick and mortar.
Yes.
And I understand you have more than one.
Yes. 4? Right now we have 4. and but at one time we had 6. So it was 2 restaurants we had to close it down because there wasn't a good business. And I learned that it's better just get rid of the things that are taking your energy, your money, your attention, and just focus on what is really producing, right? And
where is your top location?
I will say Rose Park is my top location. That one is very, very good because the community, we have a big fan base in the community in Rose Park. Also, we have a very good fan base in Bountiful.
What's over here in this black box?
Oh, well, that one is not tacos. This is from Monarca. Just this morning, I was doing some baking, and I did croissants. So I just brought you some.
Oh, so bring me a little.
I just made it like maybe an hour ago.
Oh.
And this is from Monarca, my other concept. I was in Barcelona for the last 3 months.
So you're not satisfied. You're going to get your what next?
Yes, exactly. Because
I got to taste it.
Yes, please.
I'm going to be hit when I get home, but I'm taking. There's 3 in here. I'm eating 1, and I'm taking 2 home.
Yes, please. I just made it. But this is what happened in the last 3 months. I never stop learning. There is always, room for improvement and be better every day. And before we start talking, I was talking with your son about, there is always a way to do better every day. Every day you can be better, and I have that motivation to be better every day. And so at my age, I'm 56 years old, and I decided to go to a 3-star Michelin restaurant in Barcelona and spend 3 months as a practicante training. And it's one of those, it really changed my life, my perception about what is really the food industry. So
you just got back?
I just got back last week.
Wow.
That's where I learned how to make good pastries. Spain has better pastries than French. Oh, I hope the French don't hear me, but maybe yes. But it's amazing what is Spain. I was in Barcelona. I was in Barcelona.
Wow. So do you have a concept? Are you thinking of adding to Santo's Tacos, or are you thinking of moving into an additional restaurant separate from Santo's Tacos?
Well, Santo's Tacos is a place where I have put a system and process, as you know, and where my goal always was to be out of Santo Tacos or let the brand work with good team members, because I want to dedicate my life to the restaurant business, and I put another concept called Monarca, which is more elevated concept where there's a dining restaurant, dining and seating restaurant. It's more like a casual.
Right.
And my goal is to do fine dining in the near future.
Wow.
Yes. And we have another location coming in the airport.
Okay. Very
Monarca.
good. Very good.
Yeah. And another location for Santo Taco and Harriman.
Yeah, I was on the airport board for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So very familiar with the process.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I wanted to be in the process, but because I was on the board, it would have been a conflict of interest. As you may or may not know, I was in the restaurant business for 18 years. I grew up in the Marriott food division and was the director of training for the Western United States for one of their chain restaurants.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
So we have and I started as a dishwasher.
Oh, well, it's how it works. It's how it works. I mean,
I want us to go through and dissect a little bit about Santo's Tacos.
Yes.
What's your specialty? I know you have a carnitas, which is my absolute favorite.
Yes, thank
you. Tell the audience what is special about Santo's Tacos.
Before we opened, my wife and me, before we opened Santo Taco, we decided to go to a trip, and we went to Mexico, and we visited Mexico for about a month, and we visit pretty much most of the states that represent the Mexican gastronomy very well in terms of tacos, because Mexico is so diverse, so rich, and you know that the Mexican food is one those is the intangible, how do they say it? Es un tesoro intangible de la humanidad by the UNESCO. So it's really really good food, but it recognized as one of those human. How do you say that part? I don't know how to translate because I know the term in
Well, I don't speak Spanish, so I can't help you.
But you know, we went to most of the states that represent very well the Mexican tacos
And what most people don't know, there's variations in every state of Mexico. There's different specialties.
Exactly.
If you go to Oaxaca, it is way different food than what you're going to get in Puerto Vallarta.
Correct. So, like say, Sinaloa is so famous for the fish tacos, and Mexico City is by the tacos al pastor. If you go south, you have cochinita pibil in Yucatan. So we choose those, and when we... And not just Mexico. We went to Chicago. We went to Los Angeles, and we went to Dallas because also we want to see what's going on here in America and what is appealing.
So
to
you did
the
your
market.
due diligence.
I did very well. So every taco that we have in Santo Taco is really, we did a very good selection.
Your
of Mexico.
5 top selling tacos.
My birria is from Guadalajara. Birria
Okay.
is beef birria is from Guadalajara, Jalisco. The second one is tacos al pastor from Mexico City. The asada tacos, you can find asada tacos everywhere in Mexico, but it's for the most part is in the north of Mexico where they have a very good food. Then cochinita pibil, which is right now we put the cochinita pibil sometimes, and sometimes we remove it, but it's one of those that is a big seller too. And one is our creation, and it's called a chingon, which means badass. And is that one is the big sellers. The badass taco, the chingon taco, is 3 meats and bacon, has a fajita style vegetables, guacamole,
and I understand you're friendly to the vegetarian.
Of course,
diners.
We have nopales, which is cactus, and we have also those are amazing. We have hongos, which is mushrooms, and we have. What else? Zucchini blossom flower and a few others. So with the vegetarian community, we try sometimes to change, to vary a little bit, and also we can make it vegan if we don't put any cheese, right?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So do you have vegan cheese?
No.
No.
And the reason is I know, and I make my own vegan cheese, but the sometimes. It goes bad really quick.
Oh,
and
I see.
don't have
Okay. Got it.
It's
Understood.
But if somebody don't want vegan,
somebody's throwing a party, and they have 50, 20, 10 people. Can they order up something that catered that is just a combination of everything good from Santo Taco?
Of course, Tacos? Yeah. We have now big part, 34% of my business is catering, and 28 is takeout. So most
is outside the brick and mortar.
Yes.
So getting a hold of you for catering would be, what is your number?
Yeah, my number is 385-222-8327.
Great. And there is a website?
Yes.
Your web address is?
Yeah, my web address is www.santotacos.com.
Great. Well, press the link, take it down. It'll be on the screen.
Yes.
And make sure you support a great story. And you know what? The stories that we bring, my father from Oaxaca.
Yes.
You coming into the United States, you created jobs. You are I think we're the fabric of what America is a melting pot of people from all over the world.
You're right.
Now, I've got a little gift for you.
Oh, thank you.
This is a copy of my book, Live Ready, Beyond a Think and Grow Rich. And we've got a little secret we're going to unveil in a couple of weeks, but we're going to rebadge our program, and it's going to be Live Ready, Beyond Think and Grow Rich with David Ibarra.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to talk always about at least one principle of what makes us successful. Yours would be definitely overcoming adversity,
Yes.
treating it as an adjustment, and gaining the wisdom to go forward.
Yes, it's true.
Thank you for being on our program.
My pleasure always to have a friend. Thank you very much.